Welcome, Pisces. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon in Aquarius reading. Full moon is on the 9th, which is just a few days away, and Mercury is still retrograding. It is going to move direct a couple of days after the full moon, but it will be going over its shadow period, which is an extension of this beautiful contemplative opportunity we have. When Mercury retrogrades, we have a chance to review, to reflect upon, to adjust, to shift, to pivot plans we're considering, actions we're thinking about taking to move forward. So this is a really incredible moment astrologically, but it is an opportunity for you to readjust your forward motion. The overall energy for this reading is the Queen of Columns. And in this deck, this is equivalent to the Knight of Wands. Don't ask why, but it is. And this beautiful portrait is describing this incredible enthusiastic desire and motivation, this inspiration that you're feeling in a direction that is helping you to close out a cycle in your life and to launch a new one. So I do believe that you are closing out some old behaviors, some old perspectives or attitudes. You're releasing a way of being that used to be your go-to, and you are moving instead towards something new, something lighter, something more empowered, taking you directly towards your dreams. Underneath the deck, the High Priestess. This is one of your cards, Pisces. The High Priestess is really about this wisdom that you have accrued over many experiences in your life, and quite likely through other lifetimes. You keep this information, this knowledge, this wisdom of yours hidden, very aware that it is not available or easily understood by others. And so only some people can know this wisdom that you've gained, this wisdom that helps you to guide your life from one experience to another. And as well, this is the energy that has helped you to choose this life and its purpose on earth. So this is about reflections on your experiences and really counting up the lessons learned and the wisdom gained. Beautiful energy. Your intuition is popping right now. So that's often the case for you, Pisces, but there's a particular quality of being able to see the whole picture and understand what is ending and what is beginning, or what needs to end in your life personally and what you would like to welcome in. I've also pulled a seed and sickle card from that oracle deck, and I have pulled the chamomile. I love the lovely colors in this very simple earthy deck, seed and sickle, and I'm reading from the Dawn book. Chamomile is a great companion plant to grow in your garden, protecting other plants from pests with the seed of its flowers and the antibacterial properties of its leaves. It's particularly fond of herbs such as mint, and even improves their taste and fragrance when in close proximity. This card is encouraging you to lean on a strong existing relationship that has provided support and companionship in the past. Or it may be suggesting that there is a new one on the horizon who inspires you to be the best you can be. Who do you rely on and trust the most? Who are you grateful for above all others? You will be hearing from them soon. Like that. This is an invitation for you to meditate upon your own energies, your internal energies, that this reading will hopefully give you an opportunity to consider, to review, to merge into your conscious intentionality. I am not a fortune teller, and I understand when these readings are not resonant for you. So kindly look for a message for you in your other placements, and I'm sure you'll find it. For the 10th house energy, this is the way others see you and the way you are seen by others. And there is some nudity in these cards, so I will try to mask as appropriate. This looks pretty harmless here. The goddess of wings is equivalent again to the king of swords. So this is the way in which swords cut through, double-edged, pursue the truth, cut through deception and illusion. The wings suggest to me the way that we elevate as we gain more and more truth, as we pursue more and more justice. And it suggests to me that there's a collective memory around our higher aspirations. So this is showing me that you are in a position to facilitate or mediate some kind of a discussion, negotiation, an opportunity to air and vent new ideas, new perspectives. You may be doing a lot of networking. That may be a part of your professional gig to go out there in your role as an educator or gathering up connections that can be leveraged into partnerships or new clients or students. Whatever it is, you are in a position of sharing information and receiving information in exchange. You're also a conduit for new ideas and a non-judgmental perspective that makes others trust you in sharing their honest opinions. And this is key because you don't judge. You do not have an agenda other than understanding what is needed by the collective, by the team, by each member of the collaboration. In the first house, the Tower card is describing kind of your perspective, your approach. And the Tower is a bit of the truth and damn the consequences. So I do feel like you may be experiencing some very profound, even disruptive clarity about something. This may be a breakup of some sort. This may be a collapse of something that no longer served you. And your recognition that this is a blessing in disguise. That this is something that has, in effect, been holding you back from the things that you desire, from your forward motion. And that this event, disruptive or chaotic as it may be, is actually a blessing. It is clearing the way, clearing old debris, clearing the decks, so that you can be open to investing in something new. In the fourth house of your foundation, your home, your family of origin, perhaps the priestess of discs. And the priestesses are the queens of pentacles. So this is beautiful energy because the Queen of Pentacles is all about grounding, applying what you know, what you've learned to the actual process, fact, and experience of your material world. How what you're learning, the information you're gathering impacts on your job, your home, your habits, your desires. And this is about being so centered and grounded that you become almost like a divine machine that understands how to work, understands the meaning of discipline at every level. So this is not something harsh. This is something devotional. When you're working, you're crafting your resources in a way that partakes of this bounty of the universe. You're attuned with those you work with the materials you're working with, and you produce something beautiful, lasting, something cherished and valued by others. So this is a very hands-on body care energy. This is you taking good care of yourself, and by extension, knowing how to take care of others. It almost feels like you're either a body worker, or you work in real estate, or you trade in information in some way that markets organizations, efforts, causes, or ideas. In the seventh house of significant others, the Hermit card. This feels like you've really taken the time, perhaps as a result of a break, perhaps as a way forward from something that has served its purpose for you, to reinvest in your own authority, to spend the time to understand that your experiences are the basis from which you make decisions, correct decisions for yourself. Understanding that there is no authority that can coerce you or dictate the terms of your existence or your work, but that you comply or initiate from the basis of who you are and your right to be so. This is really about finding answers within and being confirmed in your always eternal quest for more information, more wisdom, more knowledge that you can then share with others. So in a way, this is you modeling the kind of information that you share with others at a personal, individual level. You do what you say, and you say what you do. And this is powerful teaching indeed. I want to ask that if this reading is resonating for you, that you please like this video and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. If you want to share this video, please do so. If you feel so moved to help someone who might enjoy it or find it useful, I always enjoy your comments, but essentially I appreciate the energy that you give to me in my effort to grow my channel and to reach more people. So thank you so much for all the love that I feel from my foundational community. I'm going to clarify the Tower here in the first house with the Star card, in the second house, and the Moon card in the third house. Wow. The incredible thing about this is a numerical sequence of the higher arcana. 16, 17, 18. Wow. That is incredible. This is really you clearing the decks to move in the direction that really is about reclaiming your power in this life. You came here with a very clear lesson or mission of love, of concern, of nurturance, all the while seeing a bigger picture, making larger connections. You're a connector. You bring people together. You see an idea here and you understand a need over there. So this is really feeding into your sense of hopefulness. This is your faith in your beliefs and what you do. This is actually coming for some of you out of a long, dark tunnel. And this can be a series of obstacles or resistances or lack that you've been experiencing for a while as you've been looking for footing on this particular path that you now see as a whole vision. It's not about the details of the vision. It's that you know you're part of a community, a very large community that's working towards the same betterment of humankind. The Moon card in the third house talks about your comfort, This is something I feel that you're sharing with Scorpio at this time, fellow sister water sign, that you understand your subconscious energies, the underground of your external world is where the power lies. This is where you're motivated by experiences, sometimes from your past, sometimes experiences that were not beneficial, but that taught you something a lot about often what we don't want. This is where we face those behaviors we've internalized as a result of a negligent parent, for example, an abusive partner, and really understanding what those terms mean beyond the stereotypes, right? Domestic abuse is something that conjures up this really harsh picture, but when you think about some of the personal experiences you've had, it looks less insidious. And sometimes because it doesn't look so insidious, it's harder for us to see the damage that may have been done, and that is the source of difficulties you may be having, where shame or um, wounding may exist within that needs to be healed, needs to be tended to. But you're not shying away from that. You understand that understanding that about yourself, working with those energies connects you to the collective unconscious, that sea of universal need and desire. The Priestess of Discs in the fourth house is clarified by the Six of Cups, whoa, and the fifth house and the Three of Wands in the sixth house. So there is a soul connection here, and it part of this reconnection that I'm sensing is an opportunity to review a friendship or some deep bond that you have and experience the joy of that bond. It feels as though your unconscious is asking to remember the joy of expressing your gifts, exercising your gift in some way that brought joy to others, where you didn't have an agenda, you didn't have a judgment, or no one judged or criticized your experience of that. And so this is a beautiful augur of a beautiful memory. This is a profound friendship. The Three of Wands is talking about the way in which this memory, this feeling of joy and pleasure, of giving pleasure to others, is fueling something that you're establishing and setting up. You are putting together something independent. You're looking for your own collaborators. Perhaps you're building a team or a collaboration towards a certain project or a business. And in that way, you are putting all the pieces together so that you're prepared to engage all the synchronicities, the things we often call luck, by truly being prepared, truly having a vision and taking the action necessary to actualize that. There is a little anticipation here. You're kind of waiting for others to get back to you, or you're anticipating the possibilities that you and others can cook up. So in that way, it's a very positive card. It's about your growth and the courage to move into unfamiliar territory. The Hermit in the seventh house is clarified by the Six of Pentacles in the eighth house and the Ace of Wands in the ninth house. So you are doing, I believe, some deep negotiation. This can be around a contract or work. This can be around a long-term relationship. This can be a way in which you and another, perhaps a friend from your past, an opportunity from your past, have grown and developed and gained those skills of communication, of being clear about what you want, and the maturity and the wisdom to bring together, create some agreements around that. This is important because if this is a contract, whatever kind of relationship it is, all relationships benefit from contracts, from agreements. That is explicitly stated, no assumptions allowed. Assumptions leave you out in the dark so that when things fall apart, you're never sure why, and you can end up resentful and angry, feeling as though you carried all the load. Here you're making an attempt to equalize the work, to make sure that the burden isn't all on you because you see a possible vision. And out of that grows something very powerful. There's always, there's certainly a desire to travel for you. And I'm not sure why I'm getting that, but this feels like you're either taking a trip, taking a course, teaching a course, making connections for farther afield than your usual region. So you may be making connections to something you're set up that takes you a distance, or you may be reaching out to contacts you have in other places in order to pull together the idea of a collaboration. In the 10th house, the Goddess of Wings is clarified by the Hermit card again, in the 11th house this time, and the 8 of Wands in the 12th house. There's so much powerful energy that is germinating within you, that is you are considering, you are contemplating, you're balancing, and the possibilities for new, starting something fresh are eminent. And the elements of that, the people who are seeing you, the people that you're interacting with are wanting to include you in things that are important. They're wanting to include you in opportunities that you know can have a much more significant impact than you can have. And this is actually feeding into the potential network or collaboration that you're cultivating at this time, so that you're gathering connections, you're gathering resources, you're looking at new models that are coming towards you, that you're being invited to participate in. And this is stimulating your desire to continue to make those connections, to build those connections into something that can have an impact much broader than your impact locally. So I do feel like there's a lot about your reach here that can be achieved by you, basically through this healing process of consulting your own authority, understanding that you are the only one who can compel your actions, the only one who can choose the actions that are right for you, not anyone else. But that you have enough confidence in your skills and in your knowledge to negotiate that at multiple levels with new collaborators, new co-workers or team members, with significant partners, with friends. You are feeling confident that you understand that just because it's your dream doesn't mean that you can't work with others, and that you can amplify that dream into a vision that is achievable. I'm going to finish up this reading with an oracle card, and I pulled honesty and abundance. Even though honesty jumped out first, I don't care. I'm grabbing abundance. If this wasn't such a good card, I might not have picked it. Honesty, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. And this really does resonate with the overall energy of your ability to facilitate new ideas, to be open to new members, new ways of doing things. Abundance. I'm a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. This goes without saying. What an incredible blessing you are, Pisces. If you've enjoyed this content, there's more content here. Thank you for your likes and subscribes. And until next time, namaste.